Get big though. I can't be letting you jump up on that screen no more. You can be falling out the damn. Run around it. Shakes you down. How come when I move, you gotta move? Sit your ass still. You retarded. Here we go. Oh, I gotta read the picture. Oh, I didn't see one. Oh man, dude. Okay. Where is it? Oh, let me go back. Shit. Yeah, right. Sad. Very much so. Okay. This theme song. Oh man. Okay, hold on guys. I'm typically gonna find something. I wanna make sure I wanna read it right. I don't wanna just, I don't wanna read it wrong. they have a lot of people commenting today on things that they should not be commenting on, and it's you know. I'm doing my. Oh, here we go. Okay, and that was on. No, I don't want you. You retarded poss. What was that? Okay, here we go. Okay, let me read this, and then I'll read the comments. And I want y'all to listen to how hold on. Okay. So let me go ahead and get started. Grand rising, grand elevations. Yeah, I brushed it out because I was gonna put my mohawk back. So yeah, it's just laid down. It's still a poof. Anywho, let's turn this down. I want to keep the battle music in the background. It's appropriate this morning on people's fake religious day. Anyway, so Litning 18. This individual is really weird. Obviously, they live in a city or somewhere, probably in a liberal state. Now, I listen to I look at some of the posts when it's certain individuals caught up in things. So we know about the Republican City Council member Matthew Riley of Cranston, Rhode Island. Wicked freaking people. Excuse my language. Was found passed out in his car holding a crack pipe with crack laced with fentanyl in it. Okay, so they fired the guy. Okay, but what is comical? You know, he blamed his relapse on his divorce. So they hired this individual. I'm not saying it's not all right to hire people that have utilized drugs in the past, but see, New York, they have this abhorrent way of dealing with things. And the Republican Party up there, they're pretty much the same, fake democracy. That's why when I heard Trump mention democracy, I was wait a minute. Democracy removes the republic. It removes the dichotomy of true freedom and even the speech. The Constitution is everything opposite. It goes against everything that is constitutional. It goes against the people of this land. But most Negroes and pale skins who have been raised in a lie don't know no better. So this is a comment. This is a response. I stated this. Hyde Park Chai Tasha, 1981. Obviously a female, 21 years my junior. You know what generation that is, surprisingly. Not all, but in liberal states, yeah. Chicago's tell you enough. And his fellow repubs, sounds like a dumb individual, very dumb, will defend him and make all types of excuses for him. If he was a Democrat, the repubs will be grilling him to filth. This is what I'm talking about, dumb Negroes. And then Vinny X, 9691, does the same. Does the name Marion Barry ring a bell? That's right. And I kind of thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, somebody clapped at it. And I stated it just like this. The games are up. We're done playing. The jig is up. We're done playing this game with all these idiots. I said, you sound dumb. How about Biden's son and Obama? Real history in Chicago. Chicago. I could have mentioned about 1,200 others. We didn't have to go there. I just wanted to strike an emotion, get an emotional response. I'm reading this because I need you to understand something, because I know some of you are still kind of liberal thought thinking. So Talia 80. All right. This is who I'm. Look. She need to get on a diet and learn how to eat healthy. Anyway, one of them. God has the best parts of me. Booby, Fred and Mommy, Quentin, 519, my four angels together again. All these people that died very recently. So anyway, Red Wolf Tacoma. This is emotional. I stirred somebody. It would be a little dumb negress who don't know who they are, their truth. Pay attention. So Obama was doing crack with question marks. And Hunter was a private citizen, never was in office. He has admitted to his problems, and Margie never lets him forget. Next, Margie never lets him forget. Are you sitting in the house with him? Margie's just a drug head, just as he is, you retarded goof. So I let her know, hey, look, I'll be going live to come on over here. And I know you'll sit in the audience and be quiet if you're watching. I said, so are you defending the fraudulent liberal party? Then Hyde Park Tasha chimes in. This is the goof troop of Negroides. I don't read replies to protect my mental health. That means you're fucking weak. You shouldn't be responding or replying. But excuse my language, I just had to say the F once or twice because it's just funny. It is. It really is. Maybe I should have said it with an F like unny. But anyway. But I said what I said. The right-wing nut jobs still think what happened at the Capitol on January 6, 2021 was justified because their clown leader wasn't reelected. She believes these people are supposed to be leaders. This is what I'm talking about. Some of you melanated women, you need to stay in your position. No, and your position is well known. The problem is you're so out of it, you don't even realize it. You can't even relegate your... I'm talking especially about my people. I ain't talking about nobody else. Anyway, Capitol on January 6, 2021 was justified because their clown leader wasn't re-elected as dictator of the United States. He was never a president. But do you see the deflection and the redirection when Biden's actually not a president? Trump was the last CEO of the United States corporation, actually. Anyway, Talia 80 responded, Redwood Tacoma, you're obviously defending the fraudulent Republican Party as if you don't have freedom of choice. Ha! I'm not defending nobody. I'm defending the Republican in this country to which her goofy, dumb, educated self don't know no better about. Worry about Santos and his house of cards. Here she goes. She's a media junkie. She's obviously living in a liberal state and she's been overly conditioned. She doesn't know no better. I said at her, you ignorant dummy, just stick to whatever indecisive decision with no knowledge at miseducated, small-head Negro betrayal ideology school it is you believe in. Fiction, that is, okay? And then I stated this. And besides, 50% were FBI agents and another 20% crisis actors. Y'all are seriously delusional dumb things. And then I coined it off with this. You are just another overly conditioned emotional wreck like all those in them cities and suburbs. Pathetic. That was over 2 hours ago. And they know not to respond because you know what? My page is open. They probably came over and saw that just like the people that are supporting transsexual, these young people talking like they're educated. And then when you say something that goes against their little fake narrative, like them professors in the school who control the classroom. See, class is out. And you don't control nothing. And I like when liberal-minded people come over here. And you know what's funny? When you meet people who are in the military and you talk about liberal religion and they say they're indigenous and they show you they show you their skin, they show you their colors because they're unsound, they're unfounded. They don't know no better. They believe you're attacking when no, what you do? I haven't attacked yet. What you're doing is stating something based upon facts, historical facts, and older than the new age facts that people rely on. The disposition is just unbelievable. I used to be where I would block these individuals, but I've already conferred to Instagram. I don't have respect for your platform because I know it's a government. It's an agency ploy by the small hat Zionist organization of non-religion, of what conformity, pedos and homosexuals and everything else, stagnant individuals who are nothing but a lie and a disgrace to the whole earth that we live on. And that's where I stand with that. And yes, they control all the physical things. That's why it's important that you get in touch with the, I guess you could say, spiritual. Let's say that the soul is the universe, a big, big light. And we're all part of it. Now, well, if you like the soul is the universe, like the soul is the ocean. You take a cup or a teacup and you scoop a little bit out. That's one soul. And you have this whole immense ocean of quadrillions of tons of souls. Are you worth your weight in the cup? Hit the like if you don't mind. I want to appreciate I saw we had 3 new subscribers. I want to appreciate you for coming over. Excuse the F's, the 2 F bombs I dropped, but I want to see how people. I want to see everybody get together. Some people sit there and they hit me up a messenger. You know, you talk about this, that, and the other. And it's always a pale skin or somebody, and they sit there and go, "But you Dutch and you got Chinese and Spanish in your family." I said, "So, and what does that mean? Does that denote my autochthonous baseline of who I really am? Do I have to go into the subversion of how history played out and why they married into my family and why my great grandpa and great 4 and 5 times murdered them because they wanted to take the children and they wanted to re-educate them to put them against the family? And we had powerful men who knew who we were and our worth. You want to say lords and kings and queens? Yes. And they murdered them right in the front yards, right out in the streets. Yes, those who married into the family. Not all, because they always want to marry the younger into the important clans of people. Ojibwa speaking, all right. Cherokee, I hate that word. And the Hilia of the Anawa, Wolf clan on my mother's side, going back over 13, 14 generations. That's why I always said Genghis Khan was a Negro and Europe was founded by America, and people didn't believe me. Now somebody went and found the little paperwork and went to TikTok. I don't know if it was Getty Green or whoever it was, and I've been saying for this for over 20-something, 30 years almost. People still want to, and then we got these pale skins on this one political guy I follow, just because I like to see what he's talking about. And he got a little picture up showing George Washington as a Negro. How about he's a fictional goddamn character, and the real Washington George was a Negro? But you have all these pale skins who are first generation born here, if not orphans of recent, and maybe 2 generations back, who know nothing and have nothing to do with the real history of that fictional Civil War. I mean, Revolutionary War. It was never a revolutionary war. The revolution was based on the 1800s. I'm so tired of this made up history. It's just frolics all around me. And they say, look at all the stuff they're digging up. That's from Tartaria. Those are the people who are fighting intrusions in from all kind of different things, whether it be giants and stuff. And the history had to be rewritten to make you believe in a lie in order to make you comfortable and to make pale skins feel like they were something more than worthy. When I'm sorry, but you were the ones brought over by slaves. We're reading that in Arthur Kessler's 13th Tribe, and in a whole lot of other books too. It's not my problem if it's a bad taste in your mouth. Abe Lincoln was a Negro. I use that term very loosely. All right. And people want to say, but it's Afrikaners. You know, those are Moors and the Negress, that implicate that because there's other books by the father, quotes and everything else, talking about the mother that show they were melanated, autochthonous. It doesn't matter where. The majority of our people that went over there to Africa are pretty much the female bloodlines that kept the countries over there going on the west coast of it. The west coast. Even Australia on the map does not look like how it really does, and it's humongous. What boggles my mind is that people still like to hold on to the lie. When I tell people that we are the true Hebrew, they have a hard time biting into that. But then when I say, but you got to let go of the religion because it will drag you into a world full of slothfulness and a paradigm of hate and out of order, that you need to understand they created their religion. And then we got our people talking about the Torah and the Tanakh and this, that, and other. We didn't need that. When George Washington came here in the 1500s, like so many others, because they were being destroyed, our people were being destroyed over there first. And they knew to come here. Many of them came here. And you always hear these fake boule niggas, the ones who don't know that at the end of this road, it's gonna be a quadrillion times worse than some fictional hell. It's not burning and all that. And before they can even think because they think they're gonna come back. This is it. So if you made a decision and you're gonna ride with it, stay with it. They're gonna lie to you. All right? They're gonna lie to you. They don't care about you. I look at all the people, military, and all these idiots who they've conditioned and how it happened. And I study this stuff, and I say, wow, these people are idiots. You think about all them Arabs that were suicide? Those were warriors. but they took innocent lives. And right now, if they could reach out and change it, they turn it around instead of messamating themselves into ash and body parts and tissue all over the place. They would change. They would fight against those putting them out there to do it. See, y'all just don't get it. Our people never really made war with anybody. But we're supposed to hold the lament to this nonsense? You just don't get it, do you? I love when Kiramiya says, remember who you are. But a lot of you have a hard time because you're not convinced. You're too caught up in the world of fiction. And then the pale skins love the lie they live. Instead of freeing themselves like so many have, the majority, and we're talking about 80%, 80, 90%, are still going to hold on to their little fictional world. Look at all the ones that converted thinking they're Jew. And the fake Ashkenazis love it because they know who they pretty much are, except for ours. The ones who we bore into this world. That's right. You know what's funny? When you think about Twilight Saga, you know where all the vampires come? You get 10 vampires, you get one person that becomes a werewolf. 10 more vampires, another person becomes a werewolf. Do you get where they get the story from? Are you starting to pay attention to how great you truly are when the awakening happens? It's a quaking. It's a quickening. Excuse me. A quickening is what it is. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read a little Iron Republic. And then we'll shut it down. Oh, I also wanted to say, my apologies. Yeah, I got to do this. I haven't even ordered the books. I'm going to order the books today, guys. So I wanted to say this to Aletha Evans, $50. Thank you, hon. Orlando Kane, I hit you up for the 10. Appreciate you, brother. Again, that's 20 from our brother Orlando, or Oklahoma. I say Oklahoma. That's what it looks like. And Jag, all right. Y'all know Jasmine. She sent 5, and Young Cherokee was a 30 the other day. Was it Thursday or Friday? I appreciate you guys so much. So we're looking at 110. So that means more to carry over. And I'm going to actually order more books now. I'm going to add like 6, 7 books to the order. I'm gonna get big boxes in here, y'all. I'm a book fiend. My apologies. Oh, why am I apologizing? I love to read. I enjoy it. I went to bed with 2 books up on the top of there last night. Well, I went to bed early because me and Westside was going to podcast. You know he's a vampire. That's my brother. Love him to death. Tolo. You know, we needed some ganja water. I could have probably stayed up, but he couldn't sprinkle them. We had some sorry rain coming through the monsoon that's over here. Anywho, he was chatting. I was like, bro. I said it was like 8:30, bro. I'm in the bed. I'm in my drawers. I'm about to get butt naked. I'm like standing butt naked. Anyway, I'm laying there like, man, I'm about to go, man. And he started messaging. He tried to send me some little hootie. No, that wasn't gonna work with me, my beloved brother. I was out before you know it, and then woke up I had a dream. I got to see another one of my lives. It was real. Anyway, woke up, went back to sleep around about 2:30, and then woke up about this one meowing me at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I actually slept. I'm still tired, and I don't know why. It's the weather and stuff like that. And also, I had 2 slices of pizza last night. Meat lovers. It had ton of chicken and beef, just with pineapples and vegetables. So many black olives, and I can only eat a handful of olives. I ate too many. It makes me like, and I don't think it's tryptophan, but I ate the 2 slices. They're big, Brooklyn style, like 2 slices, like, and you know, and it was spelt and flour mix. So the flour is like a sugar. So it spiked my insulin because I don't eat or partake in sugar like that. I mean, natural is different. And I felt like I went into a coma. Literally, y'all, I just had, it's a cheat meal, as you could per se. I got fruit popsicles in the freezer, right? So, and I haven't had one. I made those myself in the blender. And it's like, if I eat one of those, I got to literally go walk for like 2 hours. You dig what I'm saying? For real, right? But anyway, let me go ahead and read this because I can go on and on and on and on and on. But I appreciate that. So we're sending 110. I'll probably switch it over. I usually do it and it takes 3 days. What I'll do is I'll see if it's going to go on tomorrow. If it does, because I don't like spending like $1.40 or $2. Some people said, man, that's cheap. No, I don't like giving them nothing. If it takes 3 days to go in the account, then I'll go ahead and or I'll order the books. And I should have did that, but I wasn't sure. And y'all are just a blessing, and not in disguise. I appreciate you so much. I really do. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the Iron Republic. I believe I highlighted this because I didn't want to put black marker in there or ink, blue ink. Excuse me. I'm still seeing spots in my eyes from sun gazing this AM when I was grounding myself. Get out there and ground, people, okay? And enjoy it. Okay? Oh, here we go. Because I want to make sure I'm at the right. I said we had about 3, 4. Yeah, we go. Okay, cool. Iron Republic. Now, remember I told you, this is after Mr. William Morris. This is a long time after. Though they see him at 63, he is much older. Okay? Remember that. He gets to live a longer, not as long as we're supposed to live, well over 400 or 500, maybe up to 1,000 years. He gets to live longer than the 120 years we're supposed to live. But because of these small hats poisoning everything and control everything, which they're not really in control, they've convinced you they're in control. So therefore you carry on because they got enough jackboots who are too stupid to know the difference, because they need low IQ individuals to walk around in costumes and make them believe that they're really intelligent and smart, so they can carry themselves in the character instead of being the real people they're supposed to be. And therefore we have the illusion. So let's get into reading. Another fine effect I noticed was produced by the electric lights set in the dome-shaped ceiling. These lights were covered by party-colored glass globes that at intervals revolved, throwing every shade of beautiful light over the audience with changing and shifting tints. Weirdly beautiful. You know what this reminds me of, guys? I want to know if y'all remember this, because if I read, do you even pay attention when I'm reading? There's a purpose. Not all these books go together, or nor have they known each other. Different periods at different times. Okay? All right. Because remember, these individuals who've been there that long come from Tartaria. They escaped something. Now, the people writing these stories, in order for them to publish this stuff, unless they're independent, which this is not, they have to circumvent some truths. My yam, oh, it smells so good. I got to pull it out the oven. Anyway. Beautiful. The intention of this, I surmise, was to heighten the illusion by thus eliminating the audience, making it as strangely unreal as possible. It was successful and in all beautiful beyond my powers of description. You not only heard, you saw and felt it. Now, with the dying away of the last deep roll of thunder, the sinking of the wind to a sighing zephyr, the subsidence, that's a beautiful word, the subsidence of the black-white man sea, the sweet warbling of a bird that seemed to carol its song in an ecstasy of delight that nature's convulsion was past. The grand finale was reached, and the sun burst forth as if by magic. The great auditorium as illuminated by pure white light, bright as day, and then the curtain rose. As it rolled up, a picture was seen in the background, at the sight of which the concourse of 5,000 people rose as one man and waved their handkerchiefs and applauded to the wildest enthusiasm. Oh, excuse me, applauded. What you doing? Stop biting my toe. For real. Y'all hear him? Okay. And applauded to the top of their bent. All right, mean get out of shape. They were ecstatic. Okay, that's all it means. It was a simple picture, and yet it evoked the wildest enthusiasm. Just a backing of sky, and in the foreground a massive iron pillar with a quality of solidity and inertia about it which no words can convey. Overreaching the pillar was a rainbow, and on it were inscribed the words, "The state was made for man, not man for the state." On the pillar was the statue of a man with a hammer poised, and above it floated a blue flag with a white star in the center. This was the device of the Iron Republic, and certainly, if enthusiasm proves anything, it was a loyal audience. Hold on, people. Let me go ahead and turn this oven off, please. My apologies. Get away from my foot. Turn around like you want to bite my toe. You already bit it. Man, you're going to be scrapping. We're going to squabble here in a minute, bro. You hear me? We're going to squabble. You're biting my toe, cuz. You know I gotta. Come on, man. Get out the closet. We're gonna turn this oven off. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Run with me. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh boy, you slow. Oh man. Trying to break my knees, man. I'm over here. Why'd you run over there? Boy, you run. Boy, you run. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, that's perfect. Woo-hoo. Yeah, boy. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you in the window? Come on. Come on. Knees feel pretty good today. Yeah, knees feel pretty good today. Man, we gotta fix that. So, gotta use the Gorilla Glue for that. I'm gonna fix it for you. God, man. Let me finish reading. Random stairs, boy. Whoo, chop. Oh. Y'all have a hard time dealing with that reality, don't you? The Republic. Our ancestors built here. The original Republicans. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all just Billy badasses and you're afraid to die. Anywho, I would be too if I don't make a proper choice or decision. Just letting you know something, that's all. Can't say no more than that. Anywho, let me repeat that. Overreaching the pillar was a rainbow, and on it were inscribed the words, "The state was made for man, not man for the state." On the pillar was the statue of a man with a hammer poised, and above it floated a blue flag with a white star in the center. This was the device of the Iron Republic. And certainly, if enthusiasm proves anything, it was a loyal audience. When the cheering finally subsided, a rather stout, awkward-looking gentleman walked out on the stage and was received with an ovation. He appeared to be young, though prematurely bald, and so timid that it was not until after several efforts that he succeeded in finding his voice. When he did, he introduced another gentleman, tall and handsome, as Professor Churchill, the author of The Winter King, and an artist whom we all delight to honor. Now the artist received the meed of applause, and bowing with a gratified smile, they both left the platform. "Ah," said I, turning to Professor Morris, "now I perceive that I am indeed in the Iron Republic, for your Churchill would never have gotten off in America without a speech." On inquiring who the timid young man was that appeared on the stage first and was received with such applause, I was informed that it was Professor Hallam of the National Conservatory and the greatest musician in the Republic. After this incident, a fine-looking gentleman advanced to the center of the stage, in front of the picture, and bearing a silver shield on which rested a massive key of gold. I was somewhat startled at this lavishness, but I was to learn to my cost that gold in that country was a vastly different thing from gold in other parts of the world. Very true. Walking to the front, the gentleman spoke as follows: "Fellow citizens, I have the honor to present to you, through your executive this evening, the keys to this edifice, which is to be consecrated to the education and elevation and happiness of our race. Its foundations are of granite, its walls of marble, its roof of glass and phosphor bronze." Sounds familiar? "Imperishable materials, as becomes the temple of an imperishable nation. It is not a monument to dead stones to cover the bones of dead oppressors, as here in America, filled over in landfills, as are the granite heaps of Egypt and of Rome, but a living temple made animate by the spirit of art, philosophy, and religion, to which it is to be the concrete body. Its dust may fly on the winds of future ages of fructivity, in the fields of those to whom we will be an ancient race. But virtue is immortal, and the noble passions and ambitions kindled here will live forever, beyond the remorseless touch of time. Fellow citizens, I deliver to you that which is yours. and relinquish all right and claim to it whatever. Here a modest-looking gentleman with stooping shoulders and the carriage of a working man mounted the platform amid perfect tumult of applause and lifting the key from the shield with a bow. Thank the architect, and in parentheses it states, for such he was, and in a few well-chosen words, for the skill and painstaking bestowed in the creation of such a work of art. And as that gentleman retired from the stage, turned to the audience and spoke in part as follows. Fellow citizens, the earth may be likened to a great laboratory where things are made, tested and improved, and where nothing is perfect enough as yet to be stamped with the seal of immortality. So far, eternal power seeks no permanent form, changeless in its nature. Be the cup from out of the ocean, people. It is most changeful in its manifestations and express itself in a million forms that wax and wane and pass away, leaving the spirit of power to enter other bodies. Under the dust of the moistless desert, we find the track of the long perished river, and beneath the greenest landscape lie other landscape buried. So in the realm of thought, delve where we may, in literature, art, philosophy, or religion, we evermore turn up the ashes of things that were. And so in turn shall the dust of things which are slip through time's fingers and find the roots of things to be. Colloquium. And as genius molds of and Reynolds the pliant clay till the perfect form is reached, as the eagle with each revolution in his circling flight mounts upward to the sun, so nature in her ceaseless evolutions grow more perfect with each succeeding change. The earth was born wrestler of the Greek, or in the Greek mythology, was thrown down but sprang up, re-strengthened by contact with his mother earth, and so death levels all. That's the playing field. Only that life may spring up in new and more perfect forms. Somebody's doing their best to equate a stoppage to that. The awful mystery of life and death, of darkness and light, of good and evil, I always say Hava and Jannah. We may not understand, but we know that where two lions matched strength to strength and died in combat, sprang up two lilies, fragrant and fair, and enriched by the dead carcasses of savage beasts or carcasses. They grew luxuriantly tall and beautiful. Thus does nature, through the mystery of death, affect the transmutation of savageness and strength into sweetness and beauty. And thus do her analogies teach us that the evils and harmonies, of the present time shall combat each other to death, and through death transmute their undying forces into harmonious forms of beauty. And so shall the flight of the arrow become the prey of the fountain, and the sweep of the broadsword, the song of the circling Sith, the tumult of war, and the shouting of children at play. We give this introduction of the president because it was so fine of itself and so impressive and effective in its simple and most of modest delivery. In his further remarks, he dwelt on the affairs of the republic, the prosperity of the people, and the possibilities of the future. It was a splendid address of 20 or 30 minutes, after which there was more music and the reading of a poem composed by a local poet for the occasion and an address by the burgomaster. There were also remarks by a celebrated actor, and the program closed with a beautiful anthem by Professor Halm and an invocation and benediction by a venerable old gentleman who I understood my countrymen to say was a professor of Christian philosophy. At the conclusion of the exercises, Captain Brent and myself were presented to the president and had a few minutes of pleasant conversation with him. He informed us that he was made aware of our arrival in a few minutes after we came ashore and would have telephoned his greeting, but that he anticipated the pleasure of meeting us in a few hours. He tendered Captain Brent and myself the freedom of the Republic and invited us to accompany him to the capital the next day, The invitation was warmly seconded by Professor Morris, who commanded us to make his house our home during the visit. Mm. Being desirous above all things to see the country, I accepted their invitations and parted from them with the understanding that I should meet them at the office of the affable director of navigation the next afternoon. Next, we'll get into chapter 4. Man, I don't have to highlight it, but I just want to highlight something here. When we looked at a countryman to say was a professor of Christian philosophy, do y'all even have any clue or an idea about that? When I'm like that, I don't have to highlight chapter 4. I just want to highlight that because I'm going to do some more research. I have enough knowledge in it. That's why I say I have a problem with religion. Now, the philosophies that go with stuff like Confucianism or, Taoism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islamism, Catholicism, it's the people behind them that are the perversions because of what has come from them or transpired by theology, which is, that's why I said study on a Theosophical Society, and Curamio did a wonderful thing. He did a little more work, but he did an absolute fantastic job. He dotted the I's and crossed the T's. An exceptional job Curamio did. And he took what I've been suggesting to Rob Bell and so many others over the years, and he did a wonderful, magnificent job. He really did. Well, Christian philosophy, if predicated and practiced by those without wanting the control of man because of their perversions, it's a magnificent thing, a beautiful thing when utilized as philosophy to better oneself in the knowledge of how great an individual is and the sum of one to the masses of all. That one little cup out of the ocean is still from the ocean that has all the love and stuff that allowed it to exist. So what do we take? That cup and we hide it and we change this we become what is it called? We malevolent. We go ahead and change its perception, even though it's still a soul from the ocean of soul. So that's what these little idiots have done. They have taken the children, these little new souls, and they have perverted them because of their perverseness. And people, you believe that chemicals that make you docile and fluoride will affect you where you won't fight? You're sadly mistaken. You're just misguided. You have not been nurtured in the truth of what you're really capable of. And therefore they run all around you and do very vehement things. Even as far as hiding in costumes to get their mark to say, I've killed for once. As if it's an RA thing, but you're not relegating yourself to the truth of their perversion and willing to be able to fight back because the media plays a part in how they lay things out. And those people who think they're righteous when they're the farthest thing from it. So let's give some shout outs. Rhonda, what's going on, beloved? Matthew, what's going on, beloved? Shakira Kurz. Yes, Humble French. What's going on, beloveds? How y'all doing? Herbo, what's going on, beloved? Lloyd, Kira Meal. Yeah, I was getting my read. I apologize. Love y'all all. I do. What's going on, beloveds? Big Pontiacs. Show greetings there, beloved. What's happening? Yes, power people. Great Wolf. What's going on, beloved? Where's Margarita? I see her, and then I don't see you, and I see you, and I don't see her. Is the internet working all right over there? Snoo didn't come in? What? Get out of here. Anyway, I appreciate all the new subscribers. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. It's nothing but love. It's my beautiful sisters, and to my brothers, always 2 on the 1. And I'll be back in a few hours when we read the other books, which I didn't do yesterday. And today, I'm going to get in touch with Westside. He's probably asleep. He's a vampire. And we'll set up this podcast to talk about immigration. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do I'll probably be on a laptop. I'm not going to do no end videos and all that. We don't need that. If you ain't paying attention now, what's going on, you don't see what's going on in your neck of the woods in the neighborhood. That's the way things are meant to be done for a reason. And here we have over 6 million people. And I guarantee you half of those people, other than being terroristic or terroristic in nature, though we have those problems here and we don't need to compound them. But I keep telling you, this government is fictional and fake. And you keep giving it energy. Regardless of what part you played. I was in the military, retired. So what? I I train police officers, but I give them a moral subjugation because I run a moral test on them. It doesn't mean that everybody's morally sound. Even though they go into a field, they become a slave to the narrative of the job. All right? It takes honesty to admit that. I was a slave to the narrative of being a veteran, being a military person. And I served based upon a lie, scripted in, because I wanted to travel, though. Regardless of what I wanted to do and what I was able to accomplish, it all played a part into who I am today. All right? Love you. Appreciate you all.